guideline principle for city climate action planning. So for cities, climate action planning is very much important in order to keep the city environment friendly and clean. So under UN Sustainable Development Goal, we are also having clean city target, and that is providing goals and actions that evolve towards the ambitious vision, making relevancy of the supported priorities for development of cities. Then inclusive growth and development for stakeholders and communities is also needed. Actionable agenda for realistic implementation by involved generation of various parties is also a part of this scenario. Next is the fair use of equitable address risk of climate change to share the cost and the action across the cities, and also evidence based system in order to acknowledge the understanding of the vulnerability and emission reduction that are to be catered. Next part is comprehensive and integrated coherent adoption technique in range of sectors supporting broader regional initiative to the priorities and possibilities to the areas. Last is the transparent and verifiable process setting goals, measures and reporting to the climate change measures. Now, what climate change research parity and coastal community aims? It aims for economics and incentives. It aims for crisis and opportunity management. It also aims to health and well-being. It also aims at health threat and benefits, aims for modeling of the targets that are needed to develop the climate change. It also aims to food, water, housing sector. It aims for human behavior development and aims for technology connectivity. It also aims for the governance policies for better climate scenario and aims for coastal retirement, aims for ecological analysis, and it aims for the communication with the people towards climate resilience and coastal areas cleanliness. Remember this all facts for your prelims and mains point of view, friends, very important. Now, air pollution measures. Earlier we see that government of India was involved in various kind of air pollution mitigation and management technique. India was affected by air pollution through past few years, which we see that stubble burning was a major challenge than other challenges in terms of air pollution, where the vehicles which were running. So Delhi government has introduced Evenord scheme, Punjab government has followed the use of hybrid seeders. Many other parts of countries are using many vehicles for air pollution mitigation and countering the challenges of air pollution. So let us look into it, that since 1987 World Health Organization has guidelines for the air quality, guidelines to assist the government to cater the air pollution. WTO provide the global quality update since 2005 and mark the increased based evidences. It also has the adverse health effect on the air pollution built to advance in the air pollution measures and exposures assessment. It also have the objective to upload the global guideline to offer the qualitative and quantitative health based recommendation for air quality improvement, management and expressing a long short term concentrations for number of key air pollutants. Now, what is air pollution measures in India compared to the international air standards? So India is having CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, under National Ambient Air Quality Monitoring. So Central Pollution Control Board, which is organized under Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change, and which has created Ambient Air Quality Management Program, and there is NAQI, NAQI, that looks into the air quality which is under the process of threat under various sources. We also see that National Air Quality Monitoring Program, which also looks at the 804 operating stations covering 344 cities and towns in 28 states. It helps of the Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Board, Pollution Control Community, National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, Nigri, Nagpur. Central Pollution Control Board also coordinates with other agencies to introduce the quality data protection and development of air quality standards in the various parts of country, that are various gases such as sulfur dioxide, nitrous dioxide, particulate matters, small fogs and elements with the dust. Then there is PM10, particulate matter 10, and oxygen is there, ozone, then carbon monoxide, which again a very critical poisonous gas. Then there is lead and ammonia. These are all the pollution causing gases. So we see that SO2 was rising to 24 and also to be mitigated to 80, NO2 rise 24 to 80, again particulate matter, ozone is divided into two parts, that is 1 and 8, and carbon monoxide also two parts, 1 and 8. There is lead which is divided into 24 and there is ammonia. Now, to cater air pollution challenges, we are having Shunya campaign. It aims to zero pollution delivery vehicles, which are a part of hybrid electric vehicle and battery based vehicle as a part to reduce the overall pollution emission, and it also aims to accelerate adoption of electric vehicles, hybrid electric vehicle under FAME 1 and FAME 2 scheme. So it has also launched by Niti Aayog, Rocky Mountain Institute and RMI India. Remember these three institutions. Then Supreme Court of India is also providing the mechanism for development of these bodies in order to have various kind of systematic and rising scenarios. Then we see that Supreme Court question use of banal firecrackers and lashes out the firecrackers at various levels. So firecrackers that are a part of this air protection measures are also catered by these challenges, and we are having Supreme Court of India have 2018 judgment on firecrackers, banned on the crackers completely and layers. That means no firecracker can be used in any kind of cities which are vulnerable to the air pollution and are protected. So that are leading to air pollution, noise and solid waste problem. Next is SC bans certain chemicals composition on firecrackers such as barium, arsenic, lithium, red lithium, antimony and lead, mercury and strontium. So the materials and firecrackers made out of these elements are very poisonous and hazardous to the nature. That is why government and Supreme Court of India has provided complete ban on the use of firecrackers. However, SC allowed the manufacturers sell off only green, water and air sprinklers that emit less sound and light, or improved crackers, avoiding the use of ash and filler materials. Remember this fact for your prelims as well as mains point of view. Now, we see that there is a plastic economy and there is a circular plastic economy which aims for reducing the use of plastic and at a single use plastic which are totally banned, and the circulation of plastic which is also seen by World Wildlife Fund and Confederation of Indian Industry. Further, it aims for the whole value chain and development of the communities which are to transform the current liner plastics and a system of circular plastic economy. Further, there is a vision to transform country's economy in a circular plastic way, and that aims to cater the challenges arising out of the plastic situation. So rise in the plastic leading to overall destruction of the climate and total environment changes. Vision to get the ambitious target of plastic free environment, that is IPP target, which is again a part of this plastic campaign, and plastic patch target to be achieved by 2030. 2030 तक क्या टारगेट हैं जो कंप्लीट हो जाने चाहिए. So that is a part of unnecessary problematic plastic packaging, and items take measures to address the redesigning and innovation measures. Second target is 100% packaging to be reusable and recyclable. Recycling of plastic products. Then third part goes for 50% of plastic packaging to be effectively recycled. Fourth is 25% of recycled content across all the plastic packaging materials. Now the next part of new plastic economy, the principle that governing new plastic economy is having elimination of problematic and unnecessary plastic packaging through redesign, innovation and new delivery models as a priority. That is the first target. Second target goes for reuse model, which applies relevant reducing the needed single use plastic packaging scenario. Third part goes for the all plastic packaging with 100% reusable, recyclable and composable. Fourth part is all plastic packaging to be reused, recycled and composted plastic. Fifth is the use of plastic is fully decoupled with the consumption of finite resources. That means the resources that are being used under the plastic protocol, such as chairs, windows, seals, all the nanoparticle material that are to be taken part of the plastic materials. The next part is packaging of free use of hazardous chemicals and health, safety and writings to all the people involved in the respective areas of manufacturing and consumption of plastic manufactured. Now next part is steps taken by the government to promote circular plastic economy. सर्कुलर प्लास्टिक इकोनॉमी को बढ़ावा देने के लिए सरकार ने कुछ मेजर्स लिए हैं दोस्तों. लेट अस लुक इनटू दैट. दैट इज कैटरिंग द प्लास्टिक वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट बाय वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट रूल्स ऑफ 2016. States are responsible for setting of infrastructure in segregation, collection, processing and disposal of plastic waste. Then plastic waste management rules 2018 makes extended producer responsibility. That means any country, any company or any organization that is using the plastic products, producing the plastic equipments and using it, they are responsible for reuse, reduce and recycle process also. Government notifies the plastic waste rules 2021 prohibit identified single use plastic. तो single use plastic को totally banned कर दिया गया है. And thickness of plastic bags carrying is to be 75 microns from September 2021 onwards. Further, the encourage innovation of development of alternative identified single use plastic items and digital solutions are provided that are again a part of mitigation of plastic. So what are the key components? First, it aims to reduce, reuse, recycle the single use plastic, totally banning on the use of single use plastic. Thirdly, it looks into the measures in which there are single use plastics and that are to be reduced 100% basis. Then next part, it goes for the manufacturing units where the plastic things are manufactured, plastic cables are there, plastic seats, tires, electronic components are there. So they should be again reused, reduced and recycled accordingly. So there is the organization of students also at higher education in order to cater the plastic situation and challenges rising due to the plastic waste. So what are the creative initiatives to reduce plastic? In Indonesia, we see a new policy has been introduced by the Indonesian government which has to reduce the plastic bottles exchange for free riders across the city. In United Kingdom, that is in England, we see that plastic packaging tax on production and importation to encourage the use and recycled plastic by production among the producers. In South Korea, we have a law to reduce the plastic use, and that is by bringing the old mugs and reusable bags made of plastic. In Zomato, we see that default option for the automatically use of plastic is being made, in which the plastic is to be reduced and to be reused by the user himself in terms of food and cutlery. Now we see that renewable energy certificates are there. Government of India provides renewable energy certificates. In those certificates, it is having renewable energy certification program, in which there is energy credits which aims for purchase renewable energy certificates. One renewable energy certificate is having 1 megawatt hour. Remember this data, 1 megawatt hour के लिए एक renewable energy certificate दिया जाता है. For example, we see that solar equipments को जब हम use करते हैं तो that is used for unit basis. तो solar equipment, solar device, solar battery या कोई भी solar appliance कितने units को consume कर रहा है, that is a part of this calculation, and for a 1 megawatt hour that calculation is taken in terms of solar, wind, electricity and other kinds of such varieties. So we have solar REC, non-solar REC issued for the renewable energy sources. Then there are REC and CERC, Central Electricity Regulatory Commission from time to time. Then we are having National Load Dispatch Center, NLDC, responsible for the energy generation and facilitation of renewable energy. So we see that how Ministry of Power is providing the certificate. So there is a Renewable Energy Based Electricity Act 2003 and State Electricity Regulation Commission SER is there, that provide the energy certificate of how far the energy is being used. The next part is solar energy certificates is there, which target for electricity disruption, purchase of certain percentage of electricity and renewable purchase obligation. That means any kind of industry who is using the electricity for a level has to be reused and has to get a compulsory certification on its use and efficient use of energy in terms of green energy. Third point is renewable energy potential in various states. We are seeing that there is recognition of renewable energy, evidence of states and renewable energy based power. So power generation should be based on solar, wind, hydro, tidal and OTCs. Then in addition to unit cost, the renewable energy based on power was higher than the conventional power that was used, and RPO mandates within the states. RPO, that is renewable purchase obligation, is mandatory in the state government bodies and other sectors which are having huge amount of energy consumption. So REC mechanism was thus introduced in 2010 to facilitate transaction on REC based and address the mismatch between consumption and efficient generation of electricity, electricity consumption, manufacturing and distribution. Remember this fact for your prelims and mains point of view. Also use this data whenever you are writing essay over the energy use, energy consumption and energy clean environment mechanism. ऐसे डेटा को आप वहाँ पे यूज कर सकते हो. Now, what is the objective of REC mechanism? So this flow chart shows that diagrammatic representation of RPO and which facilitate compliance of renewable energy obligation. Next part shows that increase in the flexibility of participation for the renewable energy. It also aims for overcoming the geospherical and geographical constraints in the renewable energy sources. It aims for reducing transaction cost for renewable energy. It aims for creating competition among the renewable energy technologists. Now, changes introduced in the revamped REC mechanism. REC mechanism को revamp करने के लिए बहुत सारे change लाए गए friends. Let us look into that. That is, validation of REC is now perpetual and it is sold. So REC, that is जो certificates किसी भी companies को दिए जा रहे हैं from state government, that is again a perpetual and it follows the removal of floor and forbearance. That is the maximum price to REC. It also have monitoring and surveillance mechanism to look into the REC which are providing the certificates and the companies which are getting certificates. REC also issued eligible RE generators for period of power purchasing agreement. तो जब कभी भी पावर परचेसिंग एग्रीमेंट होता है किसी कंपनी और किसी पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनी के बीच में, then the part of the power that has to be sold under certain agreement, that is RE and PPA agreement. Existing RE projects eligible for REC would continue REC for 25 years. Technology multiplier for promotion of new and higher prices of RE technologies. REC issued obligation entities beyond RPO targets, and no REPC beneficiaries, subsidiaries, concessions, waivers to any other identities, allowing trades and bilateral transaction between the two bodies. Remember this fact. Now, methanol economy, very very important. Next part of the news, how methanol is being used as a part of methanol economy. Let us take a break.